Okay, welcome back. So we just opened up Visual Studio Code. Let me catch up with you. So I'm going to go File, Open Folder, and then I'll careen. Where is it? I'll go where it open here. I'm looking for where I have Part 1. See, there I got Part 1 right there. So I click on it and I select the folder. Opens that folder up. I'm there. Okay, so then I'll click up here in the left-hand corner and I'll type in index, index dot, nope, underscore, I think 8 dot, no, it's 1 dot 8 dot html. Okay, so I have this new folder. Now I'm going to open up the last one and I'm going to grab what we just got on here. So we added that. I'll copy that and then I'll go over to my new file, 1.8. I don't need that anymore, so I click it off. And I'll type in HTML :5, gives me a boilerplate. I get rid of line 5. We only want to mess with stuff that we have. By the way, we do use the language English here for responsive design. The same thing with line 5. Okay, so I'm going to put the document. I'm going to create the document here. I'm going to call this a pizza. What do you know? Order form. And I was just talking about pizzas. And then after here, the top, I will put in my header. And the date is changed for you. And that's fine. It's not the form tag. The topic is form controls. Still haven't gotten to what a CDN is. And this is now 1.8. It's always good to label your programs that way. Okay, so I'm all set. Now, after my title, I might have actually put in some style sheets. Okay, in the body of the tag, I'm going to do what I usually do: header, enter, and put in an H1 tag and call this pizza order form. PIZZAORDER form. All right, great. And then an HR after it. Horizontal rule. HR. Enter. All right, so now I can start adding this stuff. So again, when we start adding content to a page, we think boxes. So I'll just go a div, an empty div, and inside there, I will put a form. Okay, so form. Enter. The action will be a URL, which is an anchor. That's a URL. And the method will be, I'm going to put in post here, capital POST, quote, okay, all attributes in quote. This won't work for our purposes, but just to demonstrate it does. When I use post, it sends the data in a separate header. And when I use get, the word GET, it puts it actually and builds the URL. But I'll just leave it for now. The name of this form, name, let's give it a name. And I'm going to call it the same one I did before, input, capital FORM in camel case. See that little hump of the camel starts off. It just makes it easier to read. And I'll go ahead and give it an ID. ID equals the same thing. Input form. Now, since I'm not going to use a button, I don't really need this ID on the form, but just in case. All right, so now I'm going to build the form. The form starts off with a field set. So I'm going to go FIELD SET. Now I'm going to show you a trick here in Emmet, and then I won't be using it till later, but the forward slash, if I put in this greater than equal sign, greater than sign, like this, and then I put in legend, LEGEND, it will actually give me the structure that I'm going for, okay? But I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to hard code it out for you. So I'll just go field set, FIELD SET, enter. Okay, there's my field set, and I need a legend or a title, okay? LEGEND, enter, and I'm going to call this pizza selection, S-E-L-E-C-T-I-O-N. All right. So now I have a legend, and now I want to put in some controls. Okay, so I'll just do that. Now I'm going, oh, my code's starting to get a little messy. I can always go Alt-Control-F or right mouse button, format document. Okay, so it ports it a little bit, makes it a little bit arranged, a little bit here. So here we are. Now I'm going to put in my checkboxes. Okay, so I'm not going to use the labels here for this. I'm just going to go pepperoni, P-E-P-P-E-R-O-N-I, and then that's just I'm not going to format that or anything. Then I'm going to type an input, I-N-P-U-T, enter. And the type will be checkbox, C-H-E-C-K-B-O-X. Now you might remember another way to do that, right? Let's just go back. I'll just go back to where I put in input. I could go INPUT colon checkbox, H-E-K-B-O-X. And it puts it into the type. All right, so either way, I got a checkbox. The name of the variable that will have this data will be called topping, T-O-P-P-I-N-G. Okay, and an ID, I don't even need an ID on this one, do I? No. And the value that will go into that checkbox, if checked, will be PEP, just a shorter version. And I'm going to go ahead and make this checked, C-H-E-C-K-E-D, past tense. And after this, I'm going to put a break. All right, so we're just getting used to using this, and you can catch up to this if you want, but I have two more that I want to put in just to catch up. So here we go. The next selection will be onion, O-N-I-O-N, and I am capitalizing this just because that's what's going to be displayed. And I'll type in input, and then I'll type in the type will be a checkbox. Okay, the name will be topping. It's going to go into the same variable, T-O-P-P-I-N-G, and the value that I'll put in there is onion equals onion, O-N-I-O-N. Now, if I put in checked here, it'll be checked, but I'm not going to do that. So just for formatting purposes, I'll put a break after this, BR, enter. So I'm kind of just putting in these checkboxes. I have one more, and that's going to be cheese, C-H-E-E-C-H-E-E-S-E, and input, I won't do the shortcut, enter, and I'll type in checkbox, C-H-E-C-K-B-O-X, right? The name of the variable that the value will go in will be topping. Okay, cool. And the value that goes in there will be topping. Will be cheese, C-H-E-E-S-E. All right, and then I'll go ahead and put a break after this. Notice that, the output, what I have for the user is capitalized, okay, but everything else is lowercase. So the values are not capitalized, all right? These are just values. Get rid of that space. And that's what I have so far within this field set, okay? This huge field set for pizza selection. And I'm going to come back. I'm going to leave that now for this video, maybe, and try to keep them real short. But we're starting to build this form. I guess we could look at it. We'll look at it when we come back. So I'll see you in the next video. And catch up to me right here if I went too fast. Okay, I'll see you there.